Hello everyone, Dan Toombs, the Curry Guy here, and today I'm going to show you how to make naans, both on the stovetop and also in the tandoor. So whatever you want to do. Some people have naans have tandoors these days, outside, inside. This is going to be how you do them both ways. This is not my normal recipe that you'll see in either of my books. This is a new one I'm working on, but the idea is still the same. You want a nice wet dough. People have told me, oh, that is really difficult to work with that dough. It is, but that's how you get the best results. What I've got here is 420 milliliters of lukewarm water. That is boiling water, about half boiling water and half cold water. That's perfect for these easy bake yeasts. So I'm just going to put that in there. I also have 2 tablespoons of sugar in there, which will help the yeast foam up. I'm just going to give that a good stir. I'm going to cover this and I'm going to put it away for about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then we'll come back and hopefully it's going to bubble up a little bit and we'll finish up the recipe. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. The yeast has woken up. It's ready to go. It's not really fun. You don't have to wait for like a half hour and everything like you do when you're baking bread, where it's you give a big frothy bit on top. It's bubbling. I can see that it's working. It's live. It's going to do the job. So right here, I've got 600 grams of white flour, which I sifted into the bowl. I've got about a tablespoon of salt, which I sifted as well, and a half teaspoon of baking powder. I'm just going to make a little well here, and I'm going to pour this yeast mixture in there. And I'm just going to start stirring that around. Now, all I want to do at this stage is get it all incorporated so it's all one kind of really soft dough, as you can see here. And once I get that done, I'm just going to let that sit there for a bit, for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to knead it. And I'm going to knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't take a lot. All right, so I've let that sit in there for about 2 minutes, just to kind of let everything get to know each other. I'm going to pour that out with my very clean hands. I'm going to knead this. Now see how sticky that is? That's what you're looking for. So don't be tempted to add more flour and everything. All you're doing at this stage is moving this around as best you can for about 5 minutes, just to kind of wake the glutens up and let them do their job. It's not going to be, it is a messy job, but it's not a difficult job. Just keep punching it around. And rather than watch me do this for 10 minutes, what I'm going to do when I'm done with this, rather than watch me do this for 10 minutes, what I'm going to do when I'm done with this, it's going to look about like that. I'm going to put it right back in the bowl, and we're going to let it rise for about an hour or so. I usually do this when I'm making naans. I usually do this, first thing in the morning, and then I just let it sit for a few hours until I'm ready to use it. It's not going to hurt things to let it go longer. So as you can see, I got some nice dough here, and we're going to let it rise, and then we're going to make it into dough balls, which we're going to put into the tandoor. Take a piece here that I've got. It's been sitting out for a couple of hours. And as you can see, it's quite sticky. And that's what you want. It's difficult to handle, but it's also very, very soft. And that's what you're looking for. No matter what naan recipe you're making, that's what you want to achieve. You want to have that sticky dough that's very soft and easy to work with. So I'm just going to pat that down in a little bit of flour there. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the top, and then I'm just going to work this out. Just do it with my hands. Now, of course, you can use could use some kind of a rolling pin or something like that, which I often do. But I find that I kind of like doing it with my hands. Just bringing it all out like that. And it's easy to do when the dough is soft like this. Okay. And so there we go. We got our dough ready to go. And I'm just going to flap that, get as much flour as I can off of it. which will actually increase the size of it as well. I'm going to put that oil side down onto this baking pillow. I'm just going to add just a little bit of water to the top, which will help it stick on the top when I slap it to the oven there. Okay, so grasp that, and it's going to go right in here on the side. I'll pat that down. Oh, I got a nice teardrop going there, so it's going to look like a real naan. Okay, so we're just going to let that cook for a couple minutes. All right, so it's done now. I'm just going to hook this so it doesn't fall into the fire there. And we'll just take it and peel it off the side like you see here. If you don't have a tandoor at home, like I'm going to show you, you're going to be able to do this in your pan. But I recommend getting, even though this is one by Tandoor.it, which I absolutely love. But there's also smaller ones you can get for the garden. So they cost you about the same as a nice barbecue. All right, so I got my naan there, and I'm going to put a little bit of butter on there and just spread it over the top. There you have it. That is my tandoori naan. Now let's go over and show you what can be done on the stovetop. All right, so we're going to do a stovetop naan now. And for the stovetop naans, I just usually use flour. I don't use any oil like I do in the tandoor. And I'm also going to roll it out because it's a little bit easier to do if you're not doing it with your hands with the oil. This little one there. Maybe make it a little bit of a teardrop shape. There we are. I'm just going to slap this around a bit. Get the excess flour off. All right. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the bottom there, which is going to help it stick to the pan, which is what we want to do. All right, so we got it there. It's going to start bubbling up really quickly here now. And it's going to look just like it did in there, because really all you need, just like you have the walls of the tandoor in there that are really hot, this is really hot. It's been, as you can see from the water there, it's a very hot surface, which is what you want. And it's going to start bubbling up and looking like a naan. So as you can see here through the smoke, we've got this naan looking like a naan. And I'm going to just turn it over here. Put it over the hot flame there. Now, if you don't have a gas stove, check it every now and then. If you don't have a gas stove, that's not a big deal. Just turn it over. You won't get the big bubbles like you do if you do it this way, but it'll still be very good. So just flip it over and look at that. That's looking all right, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Let's get a little bit more. Just hover it across that. There we go. I'm just going to take my spatula here. I can already tell it's going to be absolutely perfect. Put a little bit of butter on that. Spread that over the top. So as I've always said, people have said, "Oh yeah, right, you can't do it unless you have a tandoor." Well, as you can see right now, right here, me doing this, yes, you can. You can make gorgeous naans at home that look just like they were done in a tandoor. And guess what? The bonus? Look at that, perfect. Tastes like it too. Thank you very much for watching. I've got lots more videos to come. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.